It's
you're
so
black, brother, you are presumed oftentimes by many,
guilty,
but oftentimes you're presumed to be up to something nefarious, something diabolical. I've changed my attire mostly since I've become a bishop and growing up in New Orleans. I don't wear as much street attire as people may think. So a lot of times I walk into places, but I'm in my slacks, my button up, my blazer. I typically wear that most of the time. And I get a different reaction off, right? Mm-hmm. So, however, I have been while I'm in my t-shirt or pair of fatigue shorts or something like that. And you get a completely different, feeling simply because I am too. I'm 6'2", 6'3", 200 pounds, right? And I'm very masculine. And one of the reasons I smile as often now is because I'm just saved and delivered. But I didn't always smile. I'm from New Orleans, right? And so typically I can be perceived, okay, like you said, brother, is he trouble? Right. We fit the description, Pastor Jones. Pastor Jones, when me and Pastor Jones was talking, he said this is something that he really couldn't relate to or he couldn't understand. The bottom line is he would never fit the description. Right. He would never know what it is to just fit the description. And the description comes across television. It's the opening story, 5'11" to 6'4", somewhere between 150 to 250 pounds, black man, white t-shirt. And you always, Trayvon Martin fit a description because he had a hood on his head. You're black and you're in the hood, so it must be nefarious. And we always fit the description. We're presumed guilty until we can prove our innocence, brother.
Right. Well, wait.
So what's the description?
Guys. Hold on, guys. What you guys don't know, what Pastor Joan does, is I'm 6'7". I'm a black woman, and when I wear a hoodie, I'm not going to say my weight, but let's just say
guilty.
Okay, and I put on. I'm a ball player. And I dress like a ball player unless I have to do church, and then church, got to look good for daddy. Right. But when I'm out, I'm in sweats, I'm in t-shirts, I'm in hoodies, and I got news for you. I have been profiled as a male, more so than I would like to admit. Okay. but the first thing I do, if I'm pulled over because I have my hood on, my daughters will say, "Mom, don't wear that hood." And I said, why? They're going to think you a guy because you're so big in a car. They don't know that you're a female, And I'm like, and I really didn't think. And that was, and it happens to me. I'm literally profiled. I'm literally pulled over because of my size, because they think I am a black male. The first thing I do when I'm getting pulled over is if I have a hoodie on, I pull the hoodie off. One, because that automatically disarms them.
Yeah, it may save life. It literally may save your life.
Exactly. It will save my life. Two, because I come from a long line of cops, I know the lingo. I know what to say. I know how to say it. I have my pocketbook on my passenger seat. Before he even gets to me, I've already have my hand. I have my wallet in my hand and my ID out. And so when he comes up, I just hand it to him. And then he looks and he's like, "Oh my gosh, it just disarms him that he doesn't even know what to say or how to handle it, or and then we deal with the situation, whatever the situation is. Most of the time it's nothing, it's a lie. But I know how not to fight. I'm not going to say anything because I'm not going to kick it off. The moment I speak contrary to them, I know that it's going to escalate. So I've learned from my own experience in PD how to handle a situation, how to keep it at a key level, and how to de-escalate it, in other words. But that's only because of the history of my family. But black men don't have that. I also don't have, let's say,
sometimes we can de-escalate. And you've seen lately, because of social media and Facebook, and you've seen all of these situations, whether they're the two young men who are, I can't remember what city, I think it was in Kentucky, Louisville, and they come from the park and they're saying, "Officer, we don't have anything, officer." And he flashed the light. He said, "Well, you're making me nervous. You're making me nervous." He said, "Why are you nervous?" He said, "I don't know, your partner sitting over there, he may have a gun." He said, "What is he doing to make you think I have a gun?" And then look like you got shake on the ground. "Is there shake on the floor?" He says, "Officer, We don't have a gun. So they pull them out the car. They run their names, look for warrants. They put them on the ground, and then continues to tell them in the back of the police car, just be honest with me, man. You got marijuana. Officer, we don't have marijuana. Officer, we don't smoke. Officer, we wasn't smoking. And then when it's all said and done, you done kept them there 15, 20 minutes. You can't even simply just apologize because you don't feel like you have to respect it as a citizen. You don't have to say you're mistaken. And this is over and over and over. And then people say, well, at least you were lucky you got a chance to go home. And I do understand the blessing of being able to go home. But how come we're the only ones?
Well, why is it that that's the case? Why is it that the case?
That's lucky to be able to go home.
Yeah, not only that, but it's the trauma. It's the trauma of it. It's the trauma that every time I see an officer. So if you walk away from that with the mindset of Christ, you can give that person a pass. Maybe. But if you don't have the mind of Christ, you don't see someone as an image bearer, you not have aught against somebody. And now you have just created an enemy, officer, not only for you, but for every officer that these people come in contact with. And so these are the things, these are the discussions that need to happen. And then officers like, and I can imagine you being armed, me not being armed. I'm like, so what? I got one up on you, right? I'm invincible. And so as we, and I wanted to talk about something you said. We said fit the description of a black male. Mm-hmm. Give us the description of every black male on this call.
He's black.
Black hair, he's black.
That's all we need.
Give me the description. Give me the description of white guys. There is none. Red hair, blonde hair, black hair, brown hair. Like there's all these descriptions. I'm gonna fit every description if the call is black male.
That's right.
For every description. Like this
is that's all the gentleman, the McMichaels, had to say. Or it was a black man, and in his neighborhood that's predominantly white, that gives you some kind of guilt by association. Because I'm black, I'm guilty of something because I don't belong in your neighborhood. But I'm American, and it's open, and I can jog and drive and live wherever I want. At least that's what you tell me. But the reality is, this country, Pastor Jones, consistently shows that black people in this country are not going to get a fair shake until the country shakes. There must be a shaking. There must be.
Yeah,
and Pastor Jones, that's why we really depend on this type of conversation, and we really depend on you being able to stand and do what you're doing. So I applaud you in it. I'm here because of that. I applaud you in the fact that you're willing to, and I'm beginning to see people all across the country, Pastor, take this stance. So I lend my voice to it.
Yeah,
well,
I think it is important. I think
I just